welcome to Changing India, a CNBC TV18 Independence Day special where we are putting the spotlight on agents of change, individuals and organizations that are impacting lives, bringing tangible transformation in society. In India, there are more than 10 million adults with moderate to severe intellectual disability. Sugandha Sukrutaraj, an Ashoka Fellow, is working to bring dignity to their lives. She started AMBA in May 2004 with the goal to provide sustainable livelihood to adults with moderate to severe intellectual disability. AMBA is training these individuals for data entry jobs in the information technology sector. The recipient of awards like the Helen Keller Award, the Best NGO Award from the Government of Karnataka and the CII Woman Exemplar, Sugandha Sukrutaraj says that as a society we need to take a leap of faith and instead of sympathizing with adults with intellectual disability, we need to work to develop employment opportunities for them. Take a look.
I'm Sugandha Sukrutaraj. I'm an Ashoka Fellow and the founder and honorary CEO of AMBA. We enable alternate learning, leading to employment for a very niche community, which is adults with moderate to severe intellectual disability. They comprise 10 million in India.
What is your name?
I'm Rohit Pareda.
What are you doing?
Tata.com.
Kenneth. आप क्या काम करते हो इधर?
Heat work.
कब से इधर है?
2 years. My name is Anil Kumar. I am a data operator. I am working here since 6 years. I'll do data entry. I am a PR director here.
Everywhere I went, it was all about denial. How can these guys do it? Even the special educators, the people who were addressing them, wouldn't believe that these young men and women could do that. So the best way was to put them into an environment that was comfortable for them, where people understood them. Same time, we meant business. We did business. We took them through the learning process. We handheld them through the process. We brought in back office work. Most of the kids who came to us, they said they had finished the 7th and 8th standard. But what was crazy was none of them could recognize the A or any alphabet for that matter. One thing led to another, and having researched for about a year and a half and not finding any solution anywhere, I went to the Air Force. The Air Force gave me space. And then Intel gave me 10 laptops. And then I went out and found the spectrum of intellectual disability. I found that they were not really given the dignity they deserved. We tried to teach them the alphabet, and slowly within about 6 months, they were doing things, using visual matching processes. We created templates and so on, and the obvious things. 6 months down the line, we're doing the 3,000 forms of receipt printing in half the time. We have 475 centers today who are in different stages of training. Today, 30 of them are work ready. These are 475 AMBA certified partner centers. We collaborate with them. 80% of our centers are in rural India. We handhold them, we bring them to Bangalore. We train them using peers because you and I are not capable of doing the training. The other aspect of what we do is we go out and try and find the business, which is the most difficult thing to do. Once I can get people to come here to the AMBA Center and to see their capability, then the sky's the limit. But to get people to come is difficult. For 8 years, we were working for mostly telecommunications. We were doing customer application forms, welcome letters, receipt printing for Tata Tele Services initially. Airtel and Idea also gave us work, but always through the vendor. And thereafter, we went and did work for CMI, many other market and research people, insurance companies, because these guys deliver. Go into the villages. People say, why don't you teach them, train them, and place them? Who is going to take them? Even if someone takes them into cafes and organizations, they take only the more able ones. Thanks to ICT, sitting here in Bangalore, we can enable work from Delhi, Bombay or anywhere to all these villages. We don't worry about the behavior. When people come here, they bite each other, they bleed, I've been hit by them, and they are not insane. It's just the frustration inside them that brings out these things. But the minute you give them an environment that is conducive to them, it has never taken longer than 2 months for them to overcome that, disrupt, and to become contributors to what we do at the AMBA Center.
Well, Lemon Tree Hotels is India's largest hotel chain in the mid-price segment. But what caught our attention is the company's focus on ODIs, which means opportunity-deprived individuals. The hotel chain hires individuals with physical and mental disabilities, as well as people from economically and socially deprived backgrounds. These individuals are then trained to be a part of Lemon Tree's workforce. The company says this inclusiveness is not charity. It makes perfect business sense, as these employees are 15% more efficient, they're perfectionists, and they also have a low attrition rate. Take a look.
We are hiring people who are speech and hearing impaired or deaf. We are hiring people who have physical handicap. About 4 years ago, we started work with intellectual disability, with Down syndrome and slow learner, and with autism. Hardly a year back, we started work with acid survivors. So we have to find ways to engage with each of these disability types, for which we take help from the subject matter expert, who is the NGO, engage with NGOs across India. In the case of deaf, physical handicap and acid survivors, we are hiring them outright, and then we give them training like we give to any other employee. In the case of intellectual disability, because they are so marginalized, they don't have any exposure in terms of school or college or maybe some vocational skilling, but very simple stuff. So in this case, the model is first you train and then you hire. When we say it's our business model to hire people with disability, we mean that the way in which that employee will be engaged by the company is the same way in which a person without disability will be engaged. They will work for 6 days a week, they will work for 9 hours a day, they will receive the same salary that another guest service associate will receive. We have observed over time that people with speech and hearing impairment in fact might work faster and more efficiently than those who are hearing, because the room boys are cleaning about 16 or 17 rooms a day, those who are hearing, and the boys who are deaf are actually clearing 19 or 20, maybe 21 rooms a day. This is 15% more efficiency. Intellectual disability, we notice things with respect to quality. They may be a little slower in fact, but they are such perfectionists that the way in which they'll set up the room, the way in which they'll set up a table in the coffee shop, it'll all be as per standard operating procedure. I would argue with any hotel company, with the operations head, that wouldn't this make business sense to you if they could actually work faster and better and come out with more productivity? It's not that the first day we said we are hiring people with disability, everybody was standing there with open arms. There was doubt. And they were like, will these guys be able to work? As we demonstrated it to them, then our colleagues got to know and they understood that of course they can contribute. You have to look beyond their disability towards their ability.
जून 2013 में मैंने यहाँ पे ज्वाइनिंग करा था। जो मेरी वाइफ थी यहाँ पे 2016 में ज्वाइनिंग करा था उन्होंने, एंड जो 2017 में ज्वाइनिंग हो गया। दैन फिर जनवरी में एंड मार्च एंड मई में फिर हमने मतलब कि प्यार हो गया, फिर हम एक दूसरे से मतलब कि कनेक्शन हो गया और हमने बातचीत स्टार्ट करी, कम्युनिकेशन स्टार्ट हो गया। फिर कुछ समय तक हमने वेट करा, फिर मम्मी पापा से हमने परमिशन ली, फिर उसके बाद फिर हमने फिर शादी कर ली।
All hospitality groups are struggling after the same hotel management school trained set of people, and these people are moving very quickly between companies. By addressing people with disability, we've suddenly entered a new space, and that gives us a whole new talent pool. The attrition rates of people with disability are half the attrition rate of the company. It's really hard to acquire new talent, train them and get them ready for work. And if you're saving half that effort with this segment, then it's a great thing, isn't it?
25-year-old Dipanjali Dalmia left her job at EVA in New York in a quest to contribute socially back home. In the course of her research, she discovered that Indian women are prey to carcinogenic diseases, and that is due to the plastic present in the sanitary napkins used by them. Unfazed by the presence of FMCG giants in the segment, Dipanjali launched HeyDay. It's a biodegradable and organic sanitary napkin brand. Here's her story.
Hi, my name is Dipanjali Dalmia and I'm the founder of HeyDay, a biodegradable and organic sanitary napkin brand, and our products are made out of corn and bamboo fiber. When I initially came up with the idea of bringing a new sanitary napkin, my family was left aghast because it's such a hush-hush topic, especially in Indian society, and I come from a Marwari background. They were like, nay, 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 nay. And they were like, why don't you pick something else? There's shampoos, there's soaps, there's anything in personal hygiene. Why this? At the end of the time, you have to be open-minded. And I think once they saw how women respond to the product, and they actually saw a lady pick it up and tell me that, you know, this HeyDay has changed my life because I was suffering from rashes all throughout, and I've had the most uncomfortable periods all my life. And then they realized that I'm actually making a difference. An idea of HeyDay was born when I was researching about the personal hygiene market in India, and I realized that India is undergoing a crisis. Sanitary napkins that are sold in India right now are made of 90% plastics, and they use chemicals, SAP, bleaches that are completely carcinogenic and harmful to our bodies. They also harm the environment. About 9,000 tons of soiled sanitary napkin waste is generated in India every single year. When I quit my job at Ernst & Young and returned to India, I tied up with Nielsen, a research agency, and conducted a full-fledged research regarding how the women felt using the products they were currently using. 8 out of 10 women complained of rashes, allergies. We did a lot of target market research. We brought a group of women together and we made them test our prototypes. We started developing different prototypes with different plants. The whole process took about 2 years. We zeroed down to two very super absorbent and naturally antibacterial plants, bamboo and corn. We use 7 highly absorbent layers of bamboo fiber on the top sheet, and the bottom sheet is made out of corn starch and bioactive lactide. Each napkin has its individual biodegradable cover. After 6 months of disposal of your sanitary napkin, it does not go into a landfill. It goes with your general waste of your household products and starts degrading into natural manure. Our plants are situated in China and Finland. We procure the products internationally and package it in India. So HeyDay napkins are available in 2 types, ultra thin and maxi fluff, in packs of 7 and 14, 79 rupees for a pack of 7, and goes up to 165 rupees for a pack of 14. Sanitary napkins is a space where there's a monopoly market of very big giants. I used to feel afraid that whether, you know, a new product, a new idea will do well at all. But then fear does not drive one forward. And to be honest, if one of these big giants even gets slightly threatened by us and comes up with a biodegradable solution, that will be our biggest achievement.
Time for us to head into a short break, but don't go anywhere, because on the other side of Changing India, I will tell you about a startup that's refurbishing discarded shoes for the needy to help curb carbon emission. And we also bring you the story of a man who's taken up the task of Himalayan proportions, making the Himalayas garbage-free. That and more when we return.